Hello everyone, welcome to this series. I am calling or dubbing Daniel Bryan is the greatest wrestler of all time. The plot is simple. I'm going through WWE Universe mode and change the roster to and divide the rosters individually so that you have every era. So we're starting off in the rock and roll era. Then going to the new generation, the Attitude Era, which everyone's probably going to look forward to. Then the WCW era, and then the Ruthless Aggression era from then after Ruthless. Sorry, I'm stalling a little bit. After Ruthless Aggression era, we're going straight to the PG era. I'm just getting the information out. So we're starting off in the rock and roll era. We have our first match, which is actually week 1 in April, and this is our first match as Daniel Bryan. I will be playing as Daniel Bryan the entire time, and I do suck at the game, so please forgive me, but it's part of the fun, I say. And I'll explain the rules. Since I'm not playing, I won't be so distracted, but later in the series, I will have a I will do commentary as I'm playing, so it will be a lot more awkward. So let's start the match. And as I was saying, that I divide the rosters by their era. So for example, Bret Hart, who was in the rock and roll era but not prominent until the new generation, he's currently, and I have changed their overall setting, so Bret Hart is like an 88 right now, and then new generation he's back to 94 or 96. And yeah, so the years are 1985 to 1985 to 93 for the rock and roll era, 94 to 97 for the new generation. Attitude era is from 97 to 2001. WCW is 01 to 04. The Ruthless Aggression is from 2004 to 2008. Then I have the PG era from 2008 to 2011, so a little bit shorter than the rest. And then I have the reality era, which is 2011 till now. And I just kicked Bobby the Brain Heenan in the head. Take that, Heenan. And this is a match I did create just as a debut match for Daniel Bryan. Every other matches, I'll be summing up the universe, so I play as Daniel Bryan every time. So no worries there. And what was I going to say? Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm going to be playing as the legit pay-per-view, so we're starting off in 1985, and we're going to have Saturday night main event for the entire year until we get to WrestleMania. Then when WrestleMania rolls around, I'm going to have the Wrestling Classic, and I think the big event, and maybe a King Ring. I can't remember what pay-per-views, but I'm going to try and stick true to the pay-per-view's name. And yeah, that's going to be painful in the upcoming eras where they change the pay-per-views every year, but till then. And it looks like Big John Studd is taking it to Daniel Bryan. I should mention that I have lowered Daniel Bryan's overall to a measly 86, and that may sound bad to you guys, but trust me, I prefer like progression and having this tiny semi-level up system. And it looks like I was going to go for Daniel Bryan was going for the big dive, but he completely misses. And I will get into the like level up experiences. I have plenty of time, so I might get into a little bit, but that's later on. I do have a level up system that I will keep track of. And time for the rules. The very few rules that I made up for this event. And the first one is I cannot inject Dan Bryan into any matches unless, well, there isn't many matches I can inject him. Like, for example, change the wrestler so that Bryan's in every match. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let the universe mode put Dan Bryan in these matches and then play as him. And it looks like I'm going for the headbutt, and it looks a little far. Oh, I don't know how Big John Studd rolled, but he did. And as I was saying, I can't inject Dan Bryan, but there are a few matches I can inject him into, and those are the Royal Rumbles and King of the Ring, and later on Money in the Bank if I wish. Now I say that because I might have other plans for Dan Bryan. He might be in the title picture, and I might not want him to win the Money in the Bank. And yes, also I can't inject Dan Bryan into rivalries either. The same reason I don't want to inject Dan Bryan needlessly. And it looks like I have 2 finishers, so I might win this. I can't remember. It's been I've been like last night and I can't remember, so that's terrible for me to keep track, but I will keep track on a computer. And yeah, I can't inject Dan Bryan in rivalry, but I do have a rule where I can inject Dan Bryan in a rivalry once every year if it's a slow year. So if I haven't been put in a rivalry for over, say, 8 months, I might do that, but I cannot put myself in a rivalry with the champion unless the champion is my #1 most hated enemy. And it looks like Big John Studd is going for the pin. Is this it? No. Dan Bryan kicks out. Good for him. Also, I can interfere in matches, but only 6 times a year. I don't find interfering in matches that enjoyable. So, yeah, I put 6 just because there might be a time when I might want to piss off a certain wrestler. Maybe, I don't know, Kane. But, yeah. And also, I will play as The Undertaker off screen at every WrestleMania to ensure he keeps the streak alive. And yeah, that's about all the rules I currently have written down. If you have questions about the rules or anything else, just ask in the comments and I will try and answer. Or if you saw something that I haven't, then yeah, you can put it in the comments. Also, I will be playing as Dan Bryan in this universe. I won't be playing as anyone else except for Undertaker off screen at WrestleMania. And I will play as his tag team partners from time to time. And at the Royal Rumble, if Dan Bryan gets eliminated, then I guess I'm sitting on my couch for 30 minutes. And it looks like the pin? No. I kicked out. Oh, right. Big John Studd has 2 finishers. It looks like I'm dead. And how much time? I still have a little bit of time. But yeah, the most of this series is meant because WWE isn't pushing Daniel Bryan as they should. So I thought, why not have him go through time and beat everyone up and prove he is the legend that he is. And as I just lose, as I call him a legend. Oh well. Personally, I don't want Dan Bryan winning all of his matches in this universe, so I will try to stack the odds against him as much as possible. But that should end it for the first video. I might be showing you the let's go rankings, who's your champion. Oh, speaking of which, your champions currently in this mode, which I have had a match before I deleted Raw. I had championship matches for all the champions, and your winners were the Hart Foundation being the Rockers for the tag team champions. I believe Rick Rude beat Mr. Perfect, Bret Hart, and Shawn Michaels for the Intercontinental Champion. Gee, I wonder who my favorite wrestlers are. And Macho Man Randy Savage beats Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, and Bruno Sammartino for the World Heavyweight Championship. So those are your champions. I might show it to you. And I think that's about it for this first episode. So like, favorite, share with everyone, especially if you want the Yes Movement to continue on. And I think that's it. Good night, and see you next time.